Hello everybody, MD Polo here at Range USA. Might be a little bit noisy, but I wanted to show you, we're shooting today the new Walther. This is the PDP match steel frame, 5-inch, and it's got the dynamic performance trigger. I think that is what it's called, the nice trigger from Walther. We've got 15 rounds loaded, 18 rounds loaded, and let's see how we do. First shots. Not sure if the optics is really on or not. There you go. A little left. Ah, I blew that one. I'm starting to shake a lot. Yeah, that's all me. The gun is on. Wow. Okay, you see that flinch at the end? That was me. If you see how I'm holding the gun, I always ride. It's got a very long slide stop, slide release. There's nobody over there, it's a wall. And I'm always riding that. It happens to me in the Walthers, it happens to me with the HKs, Janix, anything Canic, anything that's got the long slide stop. So let me turn you around. We were shooting Redback, and that is 115 grain. So we had a full mag set. Sorry for the shake. I don't know, I've been a lot lately. So that was 18 rounds, and the optic was only laser zeroed. That's coming through, but not bad for the first shots through the Walther PDP steel frame match. And it's got the guide rod, and we'll talk about it at the tabletop. It's got the guide rod by ZR Tactical. It's got a 13-pound spring, and it is absolutely a joy to shoot. So that's the new Walther PDP steel frame. And now let's go to the tabletop. And we're back from the range. And if you want to skip this the rest of the video, because it's going to be quite a lengthy video, there's so much to say about this gun, I'm just going to tell you straight up front, I absolutely loved this gun. It comes in the normal Walther case with a super terrain serrations mimicking the gun. Very high quality case. And as you open it, looking at the inside, it comes with your regular stuff. It normally comes with more mags, as you know, but right now I just have one here. And I can just tell you this was an absolute pleasure to shoot. And this, I'm going to jump around a little bit, but normally right now it's got the guide rod here. You can see from ZR Tactical. You can see there the brass bushing, and it's an extended guide rod, and it works absolute wonders with this gun. It makes it so much softer to shoot. It doesn't bounce around as much. And this is the normal recoil spring that it comes with it. We'll go through it. But one thing I found interesting, and then we'll start from the beginning, is it's got this bumper or extension. And what it does is Walther uses the same guide rod for all their models on the PDP. So it's the same length guide rod, but as you know, they've got 4-inch, 4.5-inch guns, 5-inch guns, and the only difference, they use the same guide rod and spring, the only difference is this plug here. So the plug will be different sizes depending on the gun, the recoil spring and guide rod, which are steel, by the way, and this is an 18-pound spring, is going to go into the PDP. So this has come out, and we have installed the one from ZR Tactical. Now, what is this? This is the Walther PDP and is the steel frame match in 5-inch. And it comes in your regular case, and the cover plate, it's optics ready, obviously you can see here. This is the cover plate for the optics plate, and it is polymer. All right, and you get to call Walther and tell them what kind of optic you're going to run, and they'll get you the plate free to you. It does come with a little screwdriver to adjust the fully adjustable rear sight, which, by the way, you retain when you install an optic. So let me get the case out of the way. We can start talking about what this is. And just for the YouTube sensors that are looking at it, it is an unloaded firearm. And since we're here, let's take a look at the mags. They're, of course, metal mags. And they're 18-round mags. As you can see here. Now this has the +2 base pad from ZR Tactical, and it is beautifully molded out of aluminum. Now this will come with the mags. Will come with the flat base plate or with the extended +2. In order to use the magwell, which is a beautiful aluminum competition magwell, you have to use the extended base plate. It will not work with a flat base plate. So since the introduction of the PDP, which is of course polymer, it's been a success. A lot of people love the PDP. Some complaints it's a little snappy, which is a similar comment from the PPQ. But it is amazing how fast they came back to zero. And that was something that was always very admirable about the design of the PDP. Sorry, there goes the printer. But so now with a steel frame, of course, designed for competition, it is a different animal altogether. It's just such a joy to shoot. And if you look at their website, you look at the literature, it's something that their PR team really went to town on the marketing with statements like the unholy union of high-speed race gun and rugged duty gun, the power forged in steel. Sounds good, but they really, I think, went a little too far with that. But if you look at my videos in the past, one of my favorite all-time favorite handguns has been the Walther, the Q4 steel framed. That gun to me is just a work of art. And I didn't think that Walther was going to top that, but they did. In this, the steel frame match is a 5-inch, but it's also available in a 4-inch, a full-size frame with 4.5-inch barrel, and this, which is the full-size match 5-inch. Now, what is it really? It's a full-size 9mm, striker fired, of course, 5-inch barrel. It comes with 3 metal mags of 20 rounds. It is an 18-round mag with a +2 base plate. The length of it is 8.37 inches, and the weight with an unloaded mag is 43.6 ounces. Just letting you see it, walking it around. There you go. Just beautiful slide cuts here. The serrations are beautiful. The super terrain serrations. Fiber optic front sight. And it's got, you can see there the rear sight is serrated, blacked out. If it'll work, there you go. And since we're up here, you can see this is the Holosun, And this is the 507 competition. Very nice. The mounting plate is by ZR Tactical Solutions. And these serrations, the super terrain serrations, make it very, very easy to rack the slide, especially for those of you that don't like to rack the slide from the back. Grabbing your optic is very simple, and you've got a lot of room to rack it from the front. Fiber optic front. Just letting you take a look at it. So the sights, if you chose to change them, they are Glock pattern sights. So the world is your oyster there. And obviously another nice thing back here is that you don't lose your rear sight when you install the optic. A lot of guns do. This one you retain. As with other PDPs, the barrel in this thing is a work of art. It's just very, very accurate. It has a stepped chamber, and it is a fully supported chamber. So the theory behind that is that it's going to increase your velocity, and also it's a safer barrel because it is a fully supported chamber. God forbid you were to have catastrophic malfunction, then there's more chances of all the energy coming out the front of the barrel than just exploding closer to your hand. Just letting you look at this all the way around. Beautiful checkering here. Now what I want to show you is when we take this apart for maintenance and cleaning, just lock it, lift the lever, which also the lever is textured, so you can also use it as a gas pedal. You release the slide, release the trigger, and off it comes. So you can take a look at the insides, and you can see some pretty long rails, massive rails. The quality of work, it is superb. You just don't see any tool markings anywhere. It's just very well made. And the inside as well, very well made. In this, here you see the ZR Tactical guide rod, and it makes a world of difference on when you shoot it. And let me show you. The original guide rod. You see the difference between the two? You can also see how much thinner the recoil spring is itself. And you can see the stainless steel with the bushing. There we go. So from the factory, you've got the 18-pound recoil spring, and from ZR Tactical, you got a 14-pound recoil spring. And it just works so well. Here we got the barrel I was talking about. And you can see the lightning cuts on the barrel. Let me do this off camera. There we go. It's installed. It's kind of hard to work around a tripod and lights and all that. Then you just push it back in, lock the slide, flip the lever down, release the slide, and check for function. One thing you're going to see is, let's see if I can do this left-handed. When you rack the slide, when you bring it back with this guide rod, you'll see it'll come back. The normal guide rod will stop around there. And with a ZR Tactical guide rod, it can go all the way back here. See the difference? From stopping there to stopping here. So the way the gun, when the slide is reciprocating, it travels longer and then it releases longer. So that makes it a much more a softer shooting gun because it keeps dissipating the energy as it moves back and then when it moves forward. It is an absolute joy to shoot. So if you got any Walther, either the PPQ all the way to the PDP to this high-end competition gun, it is worth the investment into a ZR Tactical guide rod. The frame on this is machine gun from a solid piece of billet, and it is, as with the other PDPs, it's got the performance duty texture with a polymer wraparound grip. It is ergonomically beautiful. It fits the hand perfectly. You've got, if it'll focus, the serrations here in the front. Checkering, beautiful checkering in the back, and like I said, the wraparound grip. It's got a competition magwell. All this is included. It's aluminum, it's very wide, and I'm not sure if the video is going to show, the light is going to show in here, but it's very well blended on the inside. As far as the controls are, it is ambi capable. The mag release works very well, and it is not too large. I think it's the right mag, the right size for the for the mag release. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart there. And it is textured. And even though I have medium-sized hands, I don't have any problem reaching it without breaking my grip. And that to me is a surprise, a very welcome surprise. The mag release, it is reversible. And the slide stop, it's ambi. You've got it on both sides. Now the thing for me is with my grip, and it happens to me with the Walthers, it happens to me with the HK, it's with the way I grip the gun, it's always, I'm hitting those surfboard sides, slide stops that they put on those guns. So I have issues. A lot of times the slide will not lock back when empty, but that's on me, not on the gun. Now, the star of the show here is also, one of the stars of the show, look how far back this goes, is the trigger. And this is the dynamic performance trigger, and I've showcased this before in the PDP Pro SD. And this trigger is truly a work of art. It's got an aluminum trigger shoe, as you see there, and it's got the blade safety that is skeletonized, and once depressed, it disappears completely, and it gives you a flat trigger with a little tiny hook at the bottom. You can see there. Just a little tiny hook, so it fits your finger perfectly. And as you do your trigger pull, you don't feel your finger slide or anything, it just hooks right there, and it's very, very comfortable. And this trigger is smooth as it can be. So Walther advertises this trigger at 5 pounds plus minus 1 pound. This, with my trigger gauge, with a 5 pull average, is coming in at 3.3 pounds. With an almost 90-degree break, it's absolutely awesome. Let's take a look at that. So here you go. That's the wall right there. And then insta break. The reset, there. And you're instantly at the wall, and it breaks. I cannot explain how incredible this trigger is. This Holosun worked beautifully. Again, I'm a big fan of Holosun optics, and this is my first experience with the competition 507. And of course, it worked really well. It's got a ton of different settings, and just really like the Holosun optics. It goes very well with this handgun. So what was the shooting experience like? This is, like I mentioned already, an absolute joy to shoot. A joy to shoot. It is very well balanced. The ergonomics are second to none for me in my hand, and the reduction in perceived recoil and smoothness with that ZR Tactical guide rod, it is wonderful. It's been 100% reliable, incredibly accurate, returns to zero without any effort. And to be honest with you, I'm struggling to find something that I don't like. I've made videos before where I tell you that some gun is not for me or I didn't like it. I have no problems telling you this. I don't care who sent it to me. But this is just an absolute joy to shoot. If I had to compare it to something that I truly like as well, I can tell you that for me, this would be the striker-fired equivalent to a Phoenix Redback. That's how much I enjoyed shooting this gun. And is it worth $1,800, almost $1,900 without the optic? Yeah, it's one of those guns, at least for me. If it's worth it for you, that's up to you to decide. But for me, is this worth the price tag? Yes, it feels like it's worth the price tag. You feel like you have a almost $2,000 gun. And the shooting experience is just fantastic. Balanced, accurate, reliable. I'm not sure what else to say. So what I want to do is I want to get your impressions. I want you to tell me what you think if you've shot the steel frame series from Walther, the PDPs, in either of the 3 sizes. What are your thoughts on it? Have you tried one of the ZR Tactical guide rods? And if not, are you going to? I think they're very, very much worth the price of admission. And as always, please remember that I upload videos every Friday morning and when I can on Wednesday mornings as well. I would like to thank ZR Tactical for providing this gun for this video review. And please remember that I also upload videos or content when I can to Instagram, although I'm doing it less and less because I'm really not liking their censorship. But otherwise, I'm trying to build on, what's it called, X, Twitter. And if you want to give me a follow there as well, I would really appreciate it. So please hit the like and the subscribe button if you haven't done so. About 80%, 85% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you like what I'm doing here, that's one of the best ways you can do to help my channel. So once again, thank you very much for stopping by. And until the next time, God bless.